Do you guys think that heaven could possibly be so good that it makes up for all of the pain on earth? Do you think that's possible? If heaven is real?
That's a good question. I don't think so, because like it makes all the suffering that happens on earth, most of it seems completely unnecessary. So I'm not sure how having a heaven would make up for all of that. Might as well just should have put us all in heaven in the first place.
And I'll answer it like this, Nate. I'll answer it like this. Imagine you do have a girlfriend or a wife or a daughter. Let's especially a daughter. What in your opinion, what would it take for you to forgive and forget, or at least endure having your daughter raped by somebody? You know, what would it take for you to be okay with that situation?
I think that I would have to have a lot of, and not that I agree with anything that like would happen to my daughter, right? I would want to prevent it at all costs, right? But I think that it would take a lot of joy for me to counteract the pain that I've witnessed just from seeing or hearing about that, right? So I think that that's what heaven has to be, right? It has to be like joy in order for it to be something that's like for the world to be this painful, right?
So Lath is up here. Lath is a friend of the channel. We're not trying to dogpile you or anything, but this is particularly horrifying what you're saying right now. But I do want to make sure that I understand this correctly, that you would look a rape victim in the eye and you would be like, well, hey, at least there's heaven, right?
Well, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I would look if I knew for a fact that heaven existed and that it was complete joy. If I knew those two things to be true, then I would tell my daughter, I am so sorry that this happened to you. It wouldn't be in the first, it would be like months after, right? Months after.
Nate,
then I would talk and be like,
Nate,
I hope that we can experience the joy.
Nate, I'm trying to interrupt you so you stop saying something really horrible. It's not okay. I don't care.
I agree. I agree.
Then it doesn't matter. Then it doesn't matter. I don't care. In the same way that I don't care if Jesus stood in front of me and said, drown a baby, because that baby will go straight to heaven. And if you don't, that baby is going to grow up to be Pol Pot. I would tell Jesus to go fuck himself. You don't drown babies. It doesn't make it okay because they go to heaven. You don't rape people. You don't torture people. Pardon?
I'm really happy he doesn't say drown babies then.
Do you remember the flood?
Of course I know the flood.
Yeah. How many babies drowned in that?
About all of them?
Yeah, all of them. Cool.
So God is a drowning babies.
Well, heaven must be a really good place. I mean, that's the only equivalent, right? If God does exist, then heaven must be a really good place.
Nate, hold on. I'm sorry, Nate. I have to appeal to your humanity right now.
Right.
Do you understand what you're saying? Babies dying, all good and well, because we go into another dimension where there's a city made of gold. That sounds insane, my guy.
No, not a city made of gold. I'm saying like the absolute best place times infinity, bro. That's what I'm saying. Something unfathomable. Joy that is unfathomable. I think that might be worth it. Oh my gosh, jump scare. I am leaving, bro.
I'm sorry. Lath, I interrupted you. Go ahead, Lath. I'm sorry. I don't.
Here's the thing. I've spoken with Nate before, and this is how he is. And he likes to come into new lives and act like we've never had this conversation before. And this is what he does. He acts like he's kind of nice, but then he says, well, but I mean, if you did get raped, Jesus is love, and it's going to be so great forever, so it doesn't matter. Sorry.
Nate
I'm
left
sick to
out.
my stomach, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of sick to my stomach with this one. I don't. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like I'm trying to appeal to his humanity. Like, does he understand what he's saying? I don't.
No, I don't think he does.
Anyway, nope. And you know what? I hear it all the time. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Kate.
No, you're fine. No, you're good. Hey, John. How you doing?
Hey, Kevin.
Okay.
So these
friendly.
Yeah, friendly. Kevin's a friendly. Lathe, I'm glad that you were able to come up here and say that. I was trying to get to the part where it's just like, there's just absolutely nothing that could make up for that kind of horrible interaction. And so it's like the fact that he's like, yeah, it just had to be really good. Like in order to make up for it, it's like nothing would make up for that. Just absolutely nothing.
It's like, crap! It happened on it's an old video. Actually, I had the video posted on my account, and it's like the guy who approached Dillahunty with well, you're assuming those little girls are innocent, and the outrage. I mean, it's just fucking disgusting the bullshit excuses they'll give, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. Well,
thanks for having me up. Appreciate it.
No problem, Lane. Yeah, Kevin, we are trying to just have ops up here, but if you were wanting to add something to that conversation, I was going to let you do it.
No, that's okay and all that, because I came in around the marriage arguments and shit, and because I originally was gonna, but no, it's fine. There's nothing here for me to add to, so it's all good. I'll drop down. But okay, so it's good to be here. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. All right, we don't have anybody in the queue right now, so if you are watching either on the YouTube or on TikTok and you want to come up on YouTube, you got to hit that ge.hop.2/talk to me, and you can get in the Video Ninja queue over here. I don't see anybody that's popped in. Nobody's joined in yet. We're keeping an eye on it over there, so if you want, if you're over there on YouTube and you don't like what we're saying, definitely request up. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely. And over on my YouTube as well. Shout out to all of my mods who are on the YouTube right now. Shout out to You Resist, and to Here and Libra and Weed Bro. Shout out to y'all for always being there. And Collapse Capitalism, I appreciate you. Shout out to you as well, Collapse Capitalism. And I appreciate y'all. If anyone disagrees with what we have on the board, we're asking, why is your God so horrible? At least the Christian one and the Muslim one as well. If you're a Muslim, you could come up, because that God is also terrible. So you can go ahead and come up and talk to us. The link is pinned over on the Black Atheist Coalition. I do see some of y'all there as well. The link is pinned to talk to us, and we appreciate that. And Deconstruction Junction. Shout out to Deconstruction Junction. The link is pinned there as well. And you guys can definitely talk to us. If you're here over on TikTok, there's been someone in the chat. I'm not sure if you're seeing it, GE. I think the name is Jaden. I've been telling them to go ahead and come on up. I don't know if you can send them a request, but they've been crashing out in the comments for the past 20 minutes now. And KC's been, letting them know, go ahead and come on up. But they just want to sit in the comments and ignore me saying to request so we can have a discussion.
Yeah, I just sent him a request. So, Jasha, if you want to come up, we can be nice and have civil conversations. We'll be good. I think that I know that they requested up once before, and I tried to get him up here, but they immediately left out. Let's see.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, they'll either request or they'll crash out in the comments and they'll be like, hey, you want to come up, want to come up, and they rather just ignore all that. It's like, it gets to a point, I'm like, okay, are these bots? Because and they don't respond to you. They respond to everybody else, but they won't respond to the host. They won't respond to anybody else on the panel. They just respond to everybody else, but whoever's on the panel. Yeah. Like, y'all be scared, bro.
So let's see. Limited Light over there on the YouTube, a 17-month membership message saying, "What's Tactic?" What is that? We do have a lot of gifts that are coming through. Let's see. KC did their dailies with the popular, super popular one. Colin doing their stuff with the goats, the dailies and everything like that. Ace sending in her heart. Casey over there doing the more goats. So everybody, thank you so much. Oh, Colin sent a let 'em cook. All right, let's see. Let me clear off some of these. We would like somebody to get on up in here. If anybody would like to come on up.
Over on my YouTube, Jean-Jacques, hold on, Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Oh, don't tell me you a Zoe. Umedvini nekpa. Umedvini. Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Umedvini. No la. Okay, just go ahead and click on that link and then we'll not okay. I had to hit a little Creole on them. That's because I recognize that name, Jean-Jacques Dessalines. He's a Haitian, so I recognize that.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Jean-Jacques, go ahead and hit that link and we'll talk to you. All right. For myself, I got another super chat over from Collapse Capitalism. Says F Spiky Steve. Who's Spiky Steve? Was Spiky Steve someone crashing out in my comments? Because I wasn't paying attention. Y'all gotta let me know. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know who Spiky Steve is. But hey, Jean-Jacques, go ahead and hit that link. You telling me that you're gonna expose us, so go ahead. Did he come on up yet, Godless?
No, not on the not on the Video Ninja, at least.
No, all right, on the Video Ninja. All right. So Jean-Jacques, on the video on my YouTube link, you should be able to see it. Matter of fact, I'll post it again I'll post it again in the chat if he needs it, because he said that he'll go ahead and come up and let me tag him now. The link.
Definitely. Oh.
I sent you the link, Jean-Jacques, so you can't say I didn't want you. You can't say I didn't want you to come up, because I just sent you the link and I tagged you in it too.
Yeah. Hi there, Tanika.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have gotten up. Drop me down. I'm so sorry.
Okay. No,
take care. Okay. I love how you cook.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I hit the thing before you started talking. I'm so sorry, Tanika. All right, I definitely didn't mean to drop you down in the middle of a sentence. I thought I was just purely reacting there. That's my bad, Tanika. Let's see. I don't know. Let me know if they're having trouble getting into the room. I don't think that they should be. I mean, it should be the same link that you got, and you were able to get in just fine.
Yeah. I was able to get in, so I'm not sure what's going on. Don't tell me this guy was a troll. He was a troll. That's if he's a troll, that's gonna piss me off, because I was excited. I'm always excited when someone says that. Oh, I can crush you. I can go ahead and expose you. I'm always excited when someone says that, because immediately when they come in, I already know what's gonna be. It's gonna be a shit show. It happens all the time. They come in saying that they're gonna kill me, crush me, all this other good stuff, and they always shit the bed every single time. It never fails. So it's hilarious.
If y'all are over there on my YouTube stream, it's pinned at the top, ge.hop.to talk to me. You guys can get up in my box. It's not a wet box. It's actually a really nice box. You'll be able to, talk to us from my box if you would like to get up in my box. If you're in the chat right now, it would really help us out if you could tap on the screen, get us up to the like 10,000 here soon. I think that would help us out. Make sure you're tapping on our actual thing. I know we're doing it horizontally right now, so make sure you tap on my actual video at the top of the thing in order to get those tippy taps. And really appreciate it if y'all could get us up that high. Oh yeah, Rocket City Reason. Thank you so much there, hun. Yes, so we do have Rocket City Reason that we are putting on this year. Volcy here is going to be one of our MCs. We're so happy to have Volcy as one of our MCs, and we've got a lot of great stuff that we are going to be doing this year for Rocket City Reason. We've got Seth Andrews that's going to be starting out the day with his presentation, and then we've got 3 separate panels. One is a Talking to Theists channel. One's a content creation panel, and the other one is what's the third one? Activism and community building. So we've got those panels that are going to be going on. We've got Forrest, Valkai, and Erica Gutsick Gibbon that's going to be following up at the end of the day. And then we've got a live line show that night. On Friday night, we've got an Alabama barbecue and a drag show. Also a game night directly after that. And then we've got on Sunday, we've got a group tour of the Space and Rocket Center here in Huntsville. So, oh yeah, the date. Thank you, honey. The date is October 23rd through 25th. Later on this year, you can go to rocketcityreason.com to either get your tickets, look at hotel information, all of that kind of stuff.
Man, I'm excited for that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gullis.
No. You go ahead.
Yeah, I said I am so excited for that. I've always wanted to be to one of those. What the moment that I deconstructed, I immediately started looking for community. You know what I mean? It was hard to find. And I'm glad now that I started content creating, I'm able to be part of more communities, able to grow with you guys. And the fact that you reached out to me to be an MC, absolutely love it. I hope I do a good job. And, you just like this is one of those things that I've always wanted to go to. I also have an event coming up myself as well. If you allow me to promote that, then I will. But all those, great. Y'all, the Black Atheist, Agnostic, Skeptics, and Humanist Cookout is coming. All right. The link is in my bio to go ahead and RSVP if you would like to come down. It is going down in Central Florida. If you are a Black Atheist, Agnostic, Skeptic, or Humanist person, go ahead and click on that link. Come on down, and I would appreciate you all being part of there. It's going to go down to Central Florida once again. We're not going to be going to Disney World. If you got the kiddos with you, that's all good and well. You can go to Icon Park. You can hit up Disney. You can go to the Legoland. You can do all of those things, right? But if you're an adult, we're going to get a section. I got a section for us already. All right, so we got sections going on, y'all. It's going to go down at a park Saturday. Friday night, we're going to have a meet and greet dinner, and Sunday we'll have breakfast. So it'll be just a great time, and I'll appreciate you if you all come down. Definitely go to Rocket City Reason as well. I will be out there in MCing, and hope to see you all there. We'll build a community.
Yeah, totally. If you're part of the BIPOC community and want to go to that cookout that Volcy's hosting, definitely look it up. I mean, from a pure community kind of standpoint here, I think that community-driven events just like that are incredibly important. It allows everybody to really kind of meet in real life and really connect on a different level than you get online. And I mean, online is important too. I definitely don't want to downplay that at all, but it definitely is a different feeling, like actually being in person and really having that just that connection that you can feel with other people in the community when you're sit there face to face with them.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the main reason why I wanted to start an in real life one, to meet with everybody online. And okay, old white woman over on my thank you for the $5 super chat. She says these men need to visualize what pushing a fully made human being out your junk would be like. You guys can't handle period. No, like I've seen some of those videos, the period cramp simulators, where they put it around guys to see if they would they put it around some men to see if they can stand period cramps, and a lot of those men just gave up. They can't stand them at all. Like I don't know how women do it. Like all respect to women, I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all go through those cramps and y'all pushing our big ass heads out. Like y'all see my head, right? Like this was a big thing to push out. My mom had to have a C-section. So my mom had to have a C-section because she couldn't push this out. You know what I mean? I've had a big head since I was a kid.
So collapsitalism. Yeah. Collapsitalism. Sorry, I'm stuck at this. Anyways, says F Spiky Steve on my channel as well. They said don't be afraid to read the super chat, and it just got lost amongst a bunch of the other super chats. We've also got one from Zoomicide celebrating 80 months of membership over there on the YouTube channel, saying at least the people you get on don't repeatedly shout the N-word like the maggots I've heard on other channels. Yeah, that's only happened a couple times to me. And like one of the times that it happened, some guy got up there and did that to my live. Jovan came up right after that. It was
yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Oh, really? Ah, that sucks.
Yeah, all the time.
Where is Waldo says gave $5. Thank you so much there. Where is Waldo? Just wanted to contribute something to this great stream. Great to see Volcy here. I agree. It's great to have Volcy on the channel over there on YouTube as well as here on my channel, even though I kind of feel I feel a little ashamed that I'm not pulling more people right now.
Yeah, no, all good, man. Like we can do these all the time, and we're gonna go do the line later on this month as well. So I mean, there'll be other chances. I definitely want to get on with Justin one of these days. Yeah, because Justin be killing it. I'll see if I can get on with Ian. I don't know. I don't think Ian knows who I am, but if I get on with him one day, that'll also be awesome. I mean, these collaborations are great. So some nights are slower than others. I've had slow nights, so it's all good and well, man. I just appreciate being here. I appreciate you, GE, for having me on. Definitely.
Yeah. And like I said, I appreciate you being here. I think that having a creator of your caliber, like out here doing what you're doing, I think that is just awesome, and it definitely needs to be celebrated. I'm just kind of curious. One's in the chat if we should do like a stream reset over there on TikTok to see if we can get some new people in here. I know sometimes that helps over there on the Tickety Talk.
Oh yeah, sometimes that does help if you do a reset. For some reason, it puts you back in the algorithm and people join up again. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I use the ones in chat thing. I hear so many people using. Okay, yeah. So I think that I might do a reset over there on TikTok. Nothing's going to change for everybody on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you you want to get up into the box, you want to have a conversation, just hit up that link that's pinned either here or on Volcy's channels. Definitely hit up that link if you would like to challenge us on whether or not you think God is horrible. So I'm going to go ahead and do a restart over here on the TikTok, and we'll be back here in just 1 second. So everybody just stay tuned.
Imagine, put it this way. If when you get a scratch, if it turns a little bit darker than your current complexion, you cannot get it because your whole top layer is ripped off your face. Literally. So you can't get it if you have any pigment. What about texture? Is Abe is on sale. What do you mean, what about texture? I don't know if there is a B-plane travel size. Texture, we need to exfoliate. Ada, what are you saying, please, to Lovey? Number one for melasma, antioxidants. Make it your staple. Make it your staple. What? Wait, Tret is good for texture. Yeah, but not everybody can tolerate Tret. I don't know about that brand, Marsha. The exfoliant is going to be
Correct, or would it be more correct to say she called him?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Legendary, what's going on? What you want to talk about? Why is your God so horrible?
Oh, I just have a question for you guys. I don't think anything after death happens, but I was just curious on what you guys think.
Whether anything after death happens?
Yeah, or do you guys just think that's it, just lights out for forever?
For me, that's what I think happened. Is basically just like lights out. We're done for.
All right, and then I guess that's it. And then I guess one more question: What do you guys think happened with regarding the Big Bang? Do you guys think that how do you guys think the Big Bang happened? Like, aside from the nothingness, everything came. How do you think that like, or what was before the Big Bang? You know,
Oh,
as
I don't
far
know.
as no clue.
No clue.
No,
I
guess give you a bit more of an answer. I don't think that anything that happened prior to the Big Bang really affects what happens after. Like once we're in the expansion of the universe, I don't think that there's anything that necessarily it doesn't exactly play a factor into it, right? So I just don't think that it would actually matter whatever happened before the Big Bang.
Well, no, it's what is, I guess, canon for like science, and the like creation of everything. So I was just curious on what you guys thought, or if what you guys had read into, because I'm fairly new. I want to say I deconstructed, but I was ex-Christian for a while, or ex-Christian for a while. I am still. I just say I don't know. I don't really believe anything now. Because I wanted to see what atheists and agnostics had to say about the doubts of Christianity, and really, when I started listening to what you guys had to say, it was completely logical. Everything made sense, even evolution from billions of years ago. So, yeah, I just also just to I agree with you guys. I think the God of the Bible is horrible. Doesn't make any sense. And just wish you guys have a good live stream, and hopefully great conversations.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
Thank you so much there, Legendary. I hope you have a great night. And I guess, is the correct term based? Is that what the youngins are saying for that?
Yeah, that's what it is. I was saying, based. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right now.
All right. See you later. He noped out of there. Thank you so much for noping out yourself. Yeah, Whammy, we'd love to talk to you if you want to come up, but for right now, we've got I Am next, which I think that both I Am and Gosh are friendlies. Maybe would that be accurate?
That would be, yes.
I have a friendly, but I actually have a question. But go ahead, I Am, if you're ready to go.
No, I'm not. Go ahead. I'm not ready just yet. I'm still listening and determining my response. So please feel free.
Okay.
Is that all right? Godless, if I ask a question?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem.
So as an atheist, I don't fear death. But what I fear is non-existence.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you guys have thought about, like at any point? Like I don't fear death. It's not going to hurt, because once I'm dead, I'm dead. But as a conscious being right now, I'm concerned about not existing. You guys understand what I'm talking about?
I understand like what you're talking about. Because like it was another day where I was basically microdosing, and I was thinking about that. Like, we usually don't think about non-existence as us experiencing that non-existence. We think about how other people would experience our non-existence, and we kind of see it through their eyes, right? But what would it be? What is it like to not exist? That's something that we don't have the framework for, because we've always been existing, right? And I do have a fear of FOMO. Like, there's a saying that we were born too late to explore the world, but too early to explore the universe. Yeah, I mean, so I do have FOMO. I do know in 1,000 years, we probably are going to figure out speed of light. We're going to figure that out. But we're not going to be here in 1,000 years. Yeah, I mean, so I do have that FOMO of I'll never see us, I think we're going to see, I think in our lifetime, we'll see someone walk on Mars, but I'll probably never see a colony happen. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, there's that FOMO, and there is that fear of what is it like to not exist? I mean, is that even a thing that you even can experience? So yeah, I do get where you're coming from, but usually a way for me to solve that existential crisis is that I can't experience non-existence, because existence basically requires experience, right? And if I don't exist anymore, then that's non-experience. Like, the same thing that happened when I die is the same thing that happened before I was born. I just not around. I don't exist.
Right. So the 14 14 billion years before I was born are going to just be like the 14 billion years after I'm dead, right?
Exactly.
Same thing. So that I get what you're saying. You mentioned not knowing that we're going to walk on the moon or walk on Mars or whatever. George Washington is sleeping fine, not knowing that we ever had cars.
Exactly.
Right. So okay. So that my dog agrees. Sorry about that, guys. He's a little bit of a whiner. Yeah. So that's just it's. I think you said it earlier. An existential thing for me. Like I don't worry about death because it'll come and that'll be it. I don't worry about where I'm going to go because I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. It's just the non-existence, just the you're here and now. And my dog, stop. You're here, and then you're not. That's the part that troubles me, right? Like it trouble's the wrong word, guys. Intrigues me, maybe. It makes me think.
I don't think your dog likes hearing you talk about you dying.
Oh, she always does this.
Dog is disturbed by this conversation.
She wants a treat. Nope, that shut her up. So, anyways, yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Just thought for anybody else that's listening, I guess. Just it's a tough life, but it's the one we got.
Yeah, it is the one we got. And I that's the only thing I really have FOMO about. Like, I would really love to see humanity walk on Titan, but I'm probably not going to be alive. Yeah, I mean, that probably happened in the year like 2100, unless technology gets significantly better and we have a huge technological breakthrough by the year 2050. I don't think I'm ever going to see us walk on that.
Here's how that needs to happen. We need to break from religion.
To the year 2100, honestly.
Break from religion.
That would be shocking.
And governments need to stop hiring their good old boys that know nothing about medicine. Anyways.
Exactly. 100% agree.
I got nothing else. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later.
I appreciate you, bro.
Peace.
Bye. I was able to get him. I was able to kick him. Huh?
I think we got someone in the
oh, we sure do. Video Ninja.
There we go.
Yeah, I know that we were going to get to you. Do you have anything formulated yet to talk about?
Well, I kind of touched on, I kind of feel like I want to touch on what he already said. I mean, what he is actually talking about has been a human concept all throughout human history, evaluating and fearing what we don't know. And the one thing we've gotten good at is knowledge, and we pull in what we can know from our surroundings. But the problem is we try to extend it beyond our own bubble of understanding. And that's why the Abrahamics makes absolutely no freaking sense, because they so many people fall upon it like it's a sword of righteousness. And it makes no sense to me because there's no way to validate it.
Yeah. No issue from us. If you don't mind,
right.
We are trying to get some ops, and I think that maybe the person on Video Ninja is going to be an op. So, I think that we're going to need to, okay. Okay, so we've got Nothing over there on Video Ninja. Hey there, Nothing. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going?
All right. Doing pretty good. Nothing. Are you over 18, and what are your pronouns?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm over 18, of course.
Okay. What are your pronouns?
Pronouns? I thought there was only the ones we know. Is there more in America? I'm a he. My voice isn't it?
Oh, okay.
There you go.
No.
We're not. Tell us what it is, bro.
Yeah, we just need to know pronouns, like what pronouns you identify with, and you gave us he, him, so we can continue. All right, Nothing. What do you want to talk about today?
So you say, I think that question is kind of misleading. Why is your God so horrible? Which God?
What typically, so it's a Bible that I've got that on. So typically we're talking about the Abrahamic one, right? So
it's a bit of a stretch, but I can understand where you're coming from, because I know the Bible has been changed, and when men change things, they usually make things horrible.
Okay. Are you religious in any kind of way?
Yes, I am. When I say religious, from a logical point of view, I don't follow blind faith, and you have to be able to prove what you are saying in order to believe.
Okay, let's just make this even more clear. Is Jesus your Lord and personal Savior?
He can't be, because he's a human being who was born of a woman who had human needs. If he was, we say that God is not contained by his creation. He's not in need by his creation.
Nothing. I'll just ask you a yes or a no. Like, is
no, of course not. Of course not.
He's not. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Do you follow the Prophet Muhammad?
I believe he was a prophet. Yes.
You believe prophet? Okay, you believe that Muhammad was a prophet. Is he the last messenger of God?
Yes.
Okay, so you're Muslim.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Great. Now that's what we're working with. Yeah, Allah is horrible too.
Please tell me how you think. How did you come to that conclusion?
Because he chose Muhammad as his prophet, and Muhammad assaulted a little girl.
How did he assault a little girl?
Did he not consummate his marriage with Aisha when she was 9?
I believe so, but how is that abusing a little girl in terms of the historical time? This was the norm throughout history. I mean, if you look at the American history, just do a quick search on American history. This was the norm, and it's based on the biological age.
Yeah, nothing. We understand that this was the norm during that time. It was still horrible, because Allah is all-knowing according to your theology. So if he's all-knowing, he would know that we will view that as disgusting. You just have to tell Muhammad that, wouldn't
he? It's our time. Every generation has a way of perceiving things. Like, for example, we do certain things now, and maybe in 200 years, 500 years from now, people will look down on us for the things that we do. But for now, it may seem normal. For example, in the US and throughout the world, you would have arrested homosexuals and put them into mental health institute, but you don't do that anymore.
Well, hold on. So it's my understanding. It's my understanding that Islam calls for the LGBTQ crowd to be unalived, like unequivocally. So I don't really think that you have a leg to stand on.
We jump in the boat. Do we?
No, we're not jumping any kind of boat. Hold on. I just need to clarify something about your theology. Do you mind if I do that real quick?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So do you consider Allah to be omnibenevolent? Like, is Allah all good?
Allah is the source of good.
Right. Okay. So source of good. Is Allah all-knowing?
Allah is all-knowing. For him to create us and to sustain the world, and
Allah is omnipotent, right?
Yes.
Okay. So considering all of those things, Allah would know that it's wrong for Muhammad to grape a 9-year-old child, regardless of what time and culture that they were in. That would be a bad thing to do.
That is unjust, because we are talking about, we are looking from our time in terms of perspective, right? And it is based on your social conditioning. For example, in hot countries, girls do age quicker, and they have puberty and and so on. And so we are using the wrong measuring stick here.
So nothing. That's what I'm saying. Because I want you to understand what we're trying to say here.
Right.
We get the entire thing of it being a different time. There was a time where I wasn't considered a person in America. I was considered property. What we're saying is that even though that was normal for the time, that is still wrong. And number two that I would say is that if Allah is all-knowing, then Allah will also know that. Also,
I mean,
Allah
I
will
agree
also
with
know
your
that.
no.
Right.
Your example, I agree. Obviously, that's not what we're saying here. For example, in the Quran, for example, with regards to slavery, it says that freeing a slave is something that Allah rewards a person for.
Of course, yeah. So nothing. Hold on. I'm not trying to mix up the examples. I'll just want to clarify this one thing, right?
Yeah, but it's a very bad example in terms of.
Hold on. Listen.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like slavery, right? I actually give that to the Quran. It actually does say to free slaves, unlike the Bible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But when it comes, the example that I was trying to give is that you keep saying that this was a long time ago. That was normal for the time. I get that. What I'm trying to say is that it was also normal for the time for me to be viewed as property. It was still wrong. I get it was normal for the time for old grown men to get with prepubescent children and consummate marriage with them. I get it was normal for that time. What I'm saying is that it is still wrong. And if Allah is all-knowing, he would know that, because he would know that children can't consent. He would know that.
Did you say it's not wrong?
I'll tell you the principle.
Did you say that's not wrong? Hold on, nothing. Did you say that's not wrong? Also, thank you for the Bible Guy raid, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, so I'll clarify myself. It's not wrong in the essence that marriage happening because of the girl being able to give birth, for example. If that society,
are you saying that it, like, as long as a girl can give birth, then it's okay to marry and rape her?
Well, it's not as simple as you are making. So in a society, you have to look at the societal norm. If it's acceptable in that society, like where the family agree, for example.
I love Volcy's face right now.
The girl is mature enough to give birth.
Nothing. This is getting disgusting. It is disgusting. It's been disgusting.
Bro.
So this is why.
So nothing. You're saying that in a society, 12-year-old girls, as long as their parents agree with it, can go ahead and marry 30-year-old men and have their babies? Ew, bro.
Let me stop you here. Where do you get your morals?
Oh my God! Pivot!
Jesus Christ! I get my morals. I get my morals from things like empathy, harm, degrees of harm, and consequences. That's where I get my morals from. And we all know. Hold on. I get that they will disagree with me, but nothing. Listen, grown men having babies with 11, 12-year-old girls is very harmful to those 11 and 12-year-old girls. So I view that as immoral. Not only that, I have empathy, right? I'm very empathetic that these children who don't know what's going to happen to them are now getting into a relationship with grown. This is gross, bro. Why am I explaining this? You should know. This is gross.
Where'd you get your morals?
I already told you. I don't need a God for it.
That's your own perspective. That's your own perspective. Some people disagree with you.
And so is
Some
yours.
people disagree with you.
And so people disagree with you. We're at the same level.
Do you believe, in nature, for example, you always talk about nature, this.
Hold on, wait, nothing. Wait. Hold on, stop. Don't skip past this. Don't say,
I
it's my
understand
perspective.
your empathy.
Wait. Don't just skip past what I said. Because your point was, when I told you where I got my morals from, the only thing that you rebutted with was that people disagree with me. People also disagree with you. Not everybody's a Muslim. So like, what are we talking about then?
But the thing is, I have a universal, objective law that I follow. I do.
No, you don't.
That's the claim.
So nothing. Hold on.
It's not subjective. It's not how I feel. Even if I.
Hold on. So I just need you real quick to tell me where in you're good, Volcy. Where in your particular religious book would it preclude you from graping a child?
That's a really bad way of putting it, isn't it? You just literally put me in a bad chair.
I put you in a bad chair by asking where in your book does it.
I'm a guest. Respect me.
What? No,
It's fine to rape little girls, you sicko.
But that's
which God are we talking about?
Nature, right? You talk about nature and all these things, right? in nature.
Nothing. No. You're not.
Purpose-
You didn't answer my question. No, you didn't answer my question. I need you to answer my question. Slime, if you can, just mute up. We'll get to you here in a second. Okay. Now, I need you to answer the question. Can you please cite for me in your book, right? In your book, in whatever religious book, I'm guessing the Quran, where does it say that you should not grape a child?
Of course, we know these things because the Quran says that rape is wrong. For example, the Quran says
where does
wrong,
it say that?
Adultery. I can give you the verse. Do you want the verse?
Yeah, sure.
Adultery and all that. Okay,
no, not adultery. We're talking about child grape, which, I mean, that's what Muhammad did to Aisha when she was 9. That would be child grape. Because children cannot consent. And your God, being omniscient, would fucking know that.
An American 21st century law to 1,500 years.
No, this is not an American law. This is literally science. This is psychology. This is psychiatry. Yeah. Children don't understand the consequences of what they're doing.
I think Mexico, the age of marriage is 14,
does not matter. It does not matter.
In America, you'd be sent.
It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. No, it does not matter.
So all Mexicans should be, I don't know who to do that. Even America, I mean, with parents, in America, if you have a consent,
nothing.
Right.
The average 30-year-old Mexican is not marrying 14-year-olds, bro.
Nor the current Islamic societies do that. They don't do that because the society has changed.
Even y'all understand that that's gross.
No, it's not about gross. You don't understand. It is about the social condition that we have. There are certain things that we are conditioned, right? Because people are not growing as fast as before. They're living longer life.
No. That's
Even
just
a
wrong.
20-year-old is like a child now, right?
No. I'm so sorry. This is just wrong. The biological development of a child has not changed in that amount of time, especially from 600 CE. It has not changed. So no, this is not in any way indicative of what you're saying. None of that. So, and if you're God, hold on. If Allah is omniscient and He's omnipotent and He's omnibenevolent, if He's omnibenevolent, then He would know, right, that it's that consent is important. For one, children can't give consent, and also children should not be raped. Those are just basic things.
How do you define children? Let me ask you that. How do you define children?
Oh my God. Really? We're going to go to define children now?
We have. What do you mean? But for example, in the US, a 17-year-old is considered a child. In Mexico, a 14-year-old can get married. Or somewhere in Africa, maybe a 12-year-old will get married and have a family, right? So where do you get your
brain development
definitions and what is wrong?
Brain development, it's legitimately maturation of the brain. Specifically, we're going to talk about the prefrontal cortex.
I felt like this conversation definitely needed a woman's perspective on this, definitely. So thank you, Ashland.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were taking guests, but that really ticks me off when grown men ask, how do we define children? It makes me think that we should check their hard drives.
It's important, isn't it? Because, for example, as I said...
Yeah, but not in the way that you're asking, and the apologetic side. You're not asking whether 50-year-olds should be able to date 20-year-olds. You're asking whether it was okay in my history, in my religion book, if it was okay to marry 12-year-olds. This is not the same thing.
Your great-great-grandfather probably did that anyway. So what's your argument?
Yeah, and he was wrong. And he was wrong. Yeah, he was wrong if he did that. I don't think he did. But
this is your perspective of your modern views because you are trained that way and you are programmed that way.
No.
Even myself, I wouldn't marry a 10-year-old.
Nothing.
Right?
Nothing. Listen, okay, first of all, I do want you to listen to Ashlyn because she's trying to educate you on this. But also, again, I want to go back to the fact that if God is omniscient, like he knows everything, then he would definitely know that it's wrong to grape a child, right? Regardless of how anybody
religious. Right. You sound very religious.
How am I being religious right now?
Because you're saying wrong and right. These things are religious terms.
No, they're not.
So let's say
most hold on. Most modern philosophers, contemporary philosophers, are identifying as atheists, and they hold moral claims, especially within the field of ethics, right? So you making this claim doesn't make sense if we look at the literature of philosophy and we survey them, which we have. So you saying that the only way to have this sort of moral realism or even objective claims about moral aspects, normative like oughts. No, that is not true. This is what you've been indoctrinated into. The entire field disagrees with you.
So, the idea of the, what you are saying basically doesn't fit your point of view of what you have of the world, because it's about survival. Survival doesn't care about morality. Survival doesn't care about these kind of things. If a lion is hungry,
that's nothing to do with ethics. That's nothing to do with ethics. I can understand from a naturalistic worldview that evolution plays into the role of our understanding of like what we ought to do, but it doesn't mean that we haven't progressed beyond just like our like brains and how they think. We've developed. We've learned from the harms that we've done in the past and grown from them because we write things down, we communicate to each other, we've developed language. It fits well within the worldview, actually.
So I got a question for you guys. So look, I was wondering. So like, what if you guys knew that religion wasn't really centered on like a book telling you right or wrong, and like the true religion was centered on directly speaking with God, and God just actually like telling you what you're supposed to do.
So Slime, I appreciate. I know that you've been up here, and I've let friends up here to sort of handle the nothing situation. But I would, to respond to you directly, I would say that you're just making up your own God. And I think that that's just more indicative of your own personal moral foundation, what you personally think is right or wrong and all that kind of stuff. And is not really all that indicative of anything like actual God centered. So what
would it be? Hold on,
Slime.
No,
hold on 1 second. Hold on. There are two hosts here, right? Me and Volcy. I want to hear what Volcy has to say about that particular topic. Like, do you remember what Slime proposed?
You responded. Yeah, so I would like to finish.
So Slime, there are two hosts here. So when it comes to your question, Slime, what I would say is that that's basically just hearsay. Yeah, I mean, simply saying that you're getting directions, or you're getting you're getting what to do or what's right or wrong directly from a God. How would any of us even verify that? Because I can simply say I know that I'm supposed to be. I can simply say that I know that I'm supposed to be the king of America because the pink unicorn is telling me so. Does that make it true? Just because I say doesn't make it true.
No, it doesn't.
Because I claim that.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't at all.
Exactly.
Man created the Bible for profit. Man created the Bible for profit. We don't want to hear none of that.
Okay.
So look, now let me
with him on that. Maybe edit it.
Now let me tell you this. Now what if we just
on the TikTok, please?
What if we just move back?
So sorry.
What if we just moved on from like the Bible being okay, this and that, and like somebody just what if everybody just threw that out of your mind, and someone just said, like, everybody just said, okay, we don't care about that, or that was taken away from you, and everybody just said like, oh yeah, we don't care, that held no weight or no value. People would be insane, because why is everyone chasing something to have faith in? Why is that so important? Like, why is it so important? Like, what would people do? Because I feel like if there was no Bible or no God, or there was no God for you to even speak of, what would you even do? Like how would you even
still survive? What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah. That argument makes literally no sense. Slime. Hold on. I'm trying to corral this. Okay.
How would you survive?
God damn it, Slime! I've muted you, and because I want to finish out our conversation with nothing. You kind of butted in there. We were trying to go through this systematically. Okay. And Ashland, you're fine. I saw your comment in the chat there. You're totally fine there, Ashland. Now, one thing that nothing did not touch on was where in the Quran does it say don't fuck children? Ems is up here. Ems, I would really love to hear your perspective on what.
Why is he so obsessed with fucking children, bro?
Okay. Can I get back because I think you've
Just a second, please.
Yeah.
What sector are you?
Sorry, I hung up on him. You go ahead.
His face, bro.
Nothing. What sector?
Slime, you gotta control yourself, man. Relax, bro.
Yeah, I dropped him. Anyways.
What sector are you?
Oh, I guess Ems, are you wanting to interact? Nothing did request back, so here.
Yeah.
Nothing. You have a limited leash right now, just because Ems is here and Ems is wanting to interact with you. So I'm gonna let Ems sort of deal with you real quick.
Nothing. What sector are you?
Did he leave?
Oh yeah, he just noped out. I guess he was scared of somebody that knew his bullshit.
Yeah, he was.
So, could you tell me what his argument was? Like, did he say that it doesn't say that?
Well, yeah. Well, basically, he was pivoting away from the fact that there's nowhere in the Quran that says don't fuck kids. And I'd asked him point blank, like, where is it in your holy book? And kept making this sort of relativistic argument that, like, well, in that particular culture, it was okay to fuck kids. And so you can't really judge it. And I'm like, for an omniscient God, that doesn't really matter. And they weren't engaging in the conversation.
Are you familiar with the connection between 65.4 and 33.49?
I'm very not up on the counter apologetics for Islam.
No worries. So what I was going to bring up to him, which I think you should just like have it on a tab, like on the side, it's 65.4 tells you that the prepubescents have a waiting period, and then 33.49 says that there is no waiting period unless you've consummated the marriage.
Okay.
So it is telling you that the girls that are prepubescent in 65.4 do have a waiting period, meaning that they've been consummated with. If you go to the scholars like Tabari, he says that this is in reference to a prepubescent girl who's been divorced by her husband after he has penetrated her. And if you go to Quran X commentaries, just the website, Quran X, and then 65.4 commentaries, you'll find an English version of a hadith of the Prophet explaining that this verse is in reference to those who do not menstruate because they're too young.
Interesting. Okay, I'm definitely going to keep that in my back pocket. This is on YouTube, so I'll definitely have to come back through and check it out again. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Letting you continue.
I want to learn a lot more about it as well. And I know Ems is great when it comes to that.
Yeah, thank you. Just send me an invite if you need me again. Have a good rest of your stream.
No, yeah, thank you, Ems.
Amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah, you like it?
I just wanted to say hi, Volcy.
I'm this engineer in Volcy.
Oh, sorry.
Of course I have to. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
I was told to follow you by Jay Gilmore, but then I realized I do recognize you. Someone actually requested a raid the other day, and then I didn't realize that I knew who you were. And it's nice to finally meet you. You're awesome. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Godless, do you want me to drop down, or do you want a woman's perspective? Because I can hang out if you want, unless you just want to do.
I mean, I'm Volcy, are you okay if she hangs out down there?
I'll be quiet until we talk about women's stuff, and I'll thank you.
Okay.
I'll be pretty quiet though.
All right. We do have another person over there on Video Ninja, but I did want to read off. I don't know if you've got any super chats there, Volcy, but I figured we'd do a super chat break real quick. Do you have any to read off? I was gonna let you go first.
No, someone sent me $1. Didn't write any comments, but I do still appreciate it. Thank you for the $1 super chat. Jamie, there we go. Jamie, non-official. Appreciate the super chat. For $1. I appreciate that. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, we got collapsitilism. Caller is a loser. Move on. We groan. Yeah, I totally agree about that. They also said, GE advice for you: call it a PDF and move on. Actually embarrassing. You engage with slime. Absolutely disgusting, and it's a loser. So slime wasn't the one that was a PDF. It was nothing that was a PDF. And they were definitely doing the PDF stuff there. Whereas Waldo says rules aren't morality, acting on empathy is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Just double checking all that. I've got a whole bunch of gifts from people, and I really appreciate all the gifts that I'm seeing come through. Casey says also go to rocketcityreason.com to check out the upcoming conference featuring GE and Volcy. Thank you so much there, hon. She keeps reminding me about promoting the event. Buy tickets. That's right. Okay, so we do have Cody over there on Video Ninja. What's up, Cody? Are you over 18? And what are your pronouns?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we got you. Well, are you over 18? And what are your pronouns?
What?
What are your pronouns?
Just he, him, I guess.
Yep, those are pronouns. So what would you like to discuss there, Cody?
Well, I thought this was y'all's channel and y'all had a pre-discussed topic already selected.
So you came up. So we think that the God of the Bible is a pretty terrible being. What do you say?
You said the God of the Bible?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I don't follow the Bible.
Follow the Quran?
Yeah.
Yeah, that God's pretty terrible too.
You said that God's what? Sorry, it's hard to hear you.
That God is also pretty terrible.
Okay. Well, okay, here, I'll just do this. Instead of waiting for you to make a claim, or not a claim, but like...
We've already made a claim.
Argument. I thought you were just going to say more. Like explain how or something like that. But for one, you're saying like it's pretty horrible. That sounds pretty subjective, like, or at least vague at the very least, even if you don't grant that it's subjective. So what do you mean by horrible? And like, how do you define right and wrong?
Okay, so I would define right and wrong through if you're talking about like more
we're talking about a working definition. Right? You can be very
hold on. We're talking about in the basis of morals, is that right?
Yes.
All right. So
like
right
good and
wrong,
bad. Sorry, not right and wrong.
All right. So good and bad when it comes to morals, I would define it through the consequences. Yeah, I mean, and through certain goals that I would like to meet, or at least we would like to meet socially as a society. What are the consequences and what are the goals of what we're trying to reach? If things fail at the goal or have negative consequences, then we would view those things as bad. And if they move towards a more pro-social, pro-positive, and positive consequence, then we would generally define that as good. Those are the general things that we do. And I would say that just about every system works that way, including yours.
Yeah, I don't actually think that makes, like, I don't think that answers the question, because at least how I heard it, maybe I misunderstood. Okay. But from what I heard,
so the way that good versus bad when it comes to morals, right? We have a certain goal in place. Usually they're pro-social goals, and if an action moves towards that goal, we view it as good, and if it moves away from that goal, we view it as bad. That's the general overall view. We compare it to society and consequences.
Okay, so you're saying pro-social. What does that mean? I've never heard that term before. Pro-social. What does that mean?
You never heard of pro-social before?
No, I've never heard it before. You can call me stupid, insult me if you want. I've just never heard anybody actually say that in real conversation.
Okay, it's pro-social mean things that are good for society, things that bring society together, things that don't cause
helping, sharing, comforting,
I was
covering.
asking what was good and bad, and then you said
you said how I define it. No, you said how I define it.
And you said what's good is what the society says is good. That doesn't explain what's good. See what
That's
I mean?
not what I said. That's not what I said.
Okay, my bad. Then when you said pro-social, and then I asked you, okay, I don't understand pro-social. You said it's what the society sees as good.
No.
Okay, then can you explain it again? That's what I heard, at least.
All right. Pro-social is basically actions, policies, et cetera, that lead to a society that has less negative consequences, less negativity, and more basically harmony and togetherness within that society. That's what we typically see as pro-social.
Can I jump in and ask?
You're using words like negativity and harmony. Well, the harmony is not really a problem, but the negativity thing, is that not just a synonym for like wrong? And how is that not? I feel like saying negative.
Negative is not a synonym for wrong.
Okay, I'm talking about the working definition, like the way people use like negativity, especially in this context, it's as a synonym for wrong. So it sounds like you're just saying the same thing.
No, I'm not.
Okay, what do you mean by negative then? I'm genuinely trying to understand this. Like when you say negative, you don't mean just wrong. You don't mean like morally objectifiable. Because you're not talking about in like mathematics.
If I can jump in here real quick, we essentially, the way that I view it is that we have a goal, right? In order to come to moral conclusions, we have to agree on a goal, and then we have different methodologies for attaining that goal. So the negative part would be anything that drives us away from the goal. My guess is, and tell me if we're sharing a common goal here, we want what's best for humanity. Would you agree to that goal?
I disagree.
Mark, we're going in order, and right now you would be next in line.
Okay.
Do you mind waiting?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, thank you. So, Cody, do we agree on the shared goal of we want what's best for humanity?
So can you repeat the definition? Sorry, I got distracted after the person, after you addressed the other person.
Okay, and I'm saying that in order for us to come to moral conclusions, we need to first agree on a shared goal so that we can then come to moral conclusions and compare those moral conclusions, right? So I'm suggesting that our shared common goal here would be what's best for humanity.
Okay, I don't know if I accept the premises. You're saying in order for us to
you don't think
moral conclusions,
no. So you can't agree that we're both working for what's best for humanity?
That's not the premise. That's the claim. That's like, or that's the question leading to
it's not a claim. It's a goal.
Okay.
I'm asking you a question about if we share that goal.
Well, the thing that you just said before the question, like the context behind this question, I don't agree with. So the question is irrelevant.
You don't agree. Hold on. So you don't agree that we first need a goal in order to come to like a conclusion of some kind as to whether or not. Yeah, Ashlyn, go ahead. Ask your question. Sorry, I'm not getting through.
Yeah, no, I think pro-social is actually a really good word for this, especially like in psychology, we're talking about like norms and behaviors that basically lead to actions that benefit ourselves. And that's what's being said is you don't want bad things happening to you. Therefore, you have to grant it to other individuals. And the goal in itself is kind of like, think of the golden rule here. Do unto others. I think the golden rule is missing the mark, but it's kind of a good example of
almost
this.
quoted Jesus there.
No, I didn't. Not at all. He followed the Torah. But you don't want want bad things. You don't want bad. I know I have a high pitched voice, and it's like within your religion that I'm like lesser value. But please stop. you don't want bad things happening to you. It's good for all of us to engage in actions like empathy, social norms, in all of these types of unselfish behaviors. Now, I'm not saying all unselfish behaviors, but it's unselfish behaviors in which benefit the group and therefore benefit ourselves. So it's kind of setting up this universal aspect that it's good for all of us. Therefore, it's this goal that we should have in mind when we talk about the goodness and the badness of actions.
Okay. I have ADHD, and I can only address like one or two points at a time. So could we maybe take it step by step? Like, for instance, the first part where you were talking about, I think that's the only thing I remember, where you were talking about, you were kind of defining how you see good and bad, and you were talking about as like a harm principle, right? Like that we wouldn't want to be harmed. So therefore, we should apply the same thing to other people, that we shouldn't harm them. Can we just start there? Because the rest of it, to be honest, my brain just kind of went somewhere else.
Yeah, you're just kind of missing the whole point if you're not also including godless engineers and Volcy's understanding into it.
Well, I was just asking if you could have like pauses where like you make a point and then like maybe confirm it. So that way I understand it, and then go on.
Let's try this way. Let's try this way. Cody, what are you not understanding about what my point is? What are you not understanding?
Okay, so when you're saying things that entail like good and bad, right? Like, for instance, you're in the question, it's something that implies good and bad, because you're saying, why is your God so horrible, right?
Yes. Okay. So like, so we kind of already. Let me explain. Like, let me just try to wrap this all up, right? The way that we the way that we form what a moral framework is, at least when it comes to human beings in our society, the way that we inform what a moral framework is that we have certain goals that we want to meet. All right. And the goals that we want to meet are pro-social goals. What pro-social means is that what's the best way to behave that all of us get along, that all of us thrive in the society that we live in. That's what that's typically how we that's typically how we form moral frameworks, pro-social goals. So things that go against that goal, like human well-being, etc., stuff like that. Things that go against that are things that we view as bad, and things that go towards that goal, like advance that goal, are all viewed as good. As a general overall view, that's what we mean.
Okay, so you're saying a socially established goal that basically we have to have a socially established goal, and anything that leads us closer to that goal is good. What you would define as good. Anything that leads us further away from that is bad.
Yeah, overall. Now that's just an overall view. Of course, there's going to be like exceptions and things that we have to talk about, parse out. You know what I mean? It's more complicated, but generally overall, yes, that's what it means. And that's not only for us as non-believers. That goes for people who are in religion as well.
Well, you mean you want to assert it to people in religion, not that they take that, right?
No, it is because if you look at a lot of religious like morals, everything like that, especially when it comes to like LGBTQ people, when you say usually the excuse is that, you know, it says so in my holy book. But if you ask them outside the holy book, why is it bad? They'll go directly to how it affects society. So even to religious people, it's a social thing.
Well, I don't think every religion accepts that definition of right and wrong that you were saying is what I meant. That you're basically saying that this should apply to everyone because it is the way that it should be.
No. I'm not saying that they should accept it. I'm saying that they also operate in that framework. They just don't realize it.
So I disagree, because the framework that you said, at least the general one, because that's the only one I have, said that first you establish a goal. I agree with that. Yeah, we should definitely have a goal. And in religion, each religion in and of itself, no matter which one it is, has a goal. And then you said the society, right, determines what is good and bad based off of if the goal gets us closer, if whatever it is gets us closer to that goal or further away.
Right.
And so, in religion, in some religions, it's not about if something is good for you, then you do it, right? Because, for instance, in some religions, like some place in the Bible, it mentions that something is bad for you, and yet still instructs you to do it.
Well, so hold on. Let me cut this off at the pass because I feel like you're missing the whole point of the shared end goal. What I'm proposing is that we have a certain methodology for determining what is good and bad for achieving that goal. You have one, and my assumption is that you would think that whatever God wants for humanity is what's best for humanity. Would that be accurate?
I do think that. I do think that because God is merciful, that
except to 9-year-old girls
wants what's good.
Okay, so Cody, like you just kind of approve my point. You're in the same framework of what will be good for society.
No, I don't think. So what I said was that God wants what's good.
God wants what's good and what's best for society.
I didn't say best for society.
So God wants what's
you're
good.
Including that.
So okay. So what? So actually, GE actually just asked you. You think what's good is what God wants for humans?
No, you didn't ask me. You didn't ask, or at least I don't remember you asking me what my definition.
Gee, is that not what you just said?
Yeah,
you didn't ask me what my definition was. You asked me if I agreed with what he asserted in the question.
Right. He asserted in the question that what is good is what God wants for humanity.
Yeah, but that's not my complete definition of what is good and good and bad. I agree that God wants what's good, but that's including the thing that you're trying to define, good. So I don't agree with your definition. Basically, sorry, I'll say it slower, simpler. Basically, I don't agree with your definition of good and bad, but I agree that what I think, by my definition of good and bad, I think God wants that. Does that make sense?
What's your definition?
Well, it's to be honest, it's irrelevant in the question because you said you're the one making the question or posing the question, saying that you think it's horrible.
I understand that you hold on, wait, listen. I understand that you disagree with me, right? But for me, for us to have this conversation, I need to know how exactly are you framing these things.
Well, I was going to take your definition. That's why I asked you for it. Like, for instance,
Cody, hold on, Cody, listen, stop, bro. For me to understand your points, I need to understand what framework you're working with. So I need your definition too.
Yes, I was trying to tell you what framework.
Okay, so what do you what is your framework for good and bad?
Yes,
what do you do?
The framework I'm working with is your definition of good and bad, since you're the one that's making the claim.
You already said you disagreed with it. You already said you disagreed with it.
Okay, can I explain it fully so you don't
no,
without interrupting me?
Cody,
it won't be long. I won't rant.
Cody, I don't give a shit about that. What is your how do you form good and bad? Because I already gave you what we want and went through 20 minutes of this. You already said
I'm not asking what you want.
Stop. You already said that you disagree with it, so you can't use my framework. You disagree with it. So what is your framework for good and bad?
Okay, so when you say that
it's not about me, bro. It's not about me. How do you? I'm gonna keep interrupting you until you.
I've been interrupting you guys. I've been patient, respectful.
Because I got you, Cody. I don't care about that. What I care about right now, okay, I understand that you've been patient and respectful. I got you. But when I ask you a direct question, hold on, stop. Because you're not actually answering the question. I'm asking about your framework for good and bad. Don't ask me, when you say this. I'm asking for you. How do you determine good and bad? Because I'm going to read it again. The way I determine it is the goal of human well-being. All right, that's that's my ultimate goal, and it goes off of degrees of harm, equality, and pure human empathy, and the consequences of the actions. That's my framework. You disagree with that. That's fine. So I'm asking you, what is yours, so we can move on with this. What is yours? It's not about me now. How do you decide it?
Okay, how do you know I wasn't going to answer it when I said 2 words?
Because you brought me up. Don't bring me up. I'm asking about you.
Okay. How do you know where I was going?
It's not a part of it. It's not a part of it. It's not a part of it. It's not a part of it because we don't know each other.
You don't know what I was going to say.
It's not a part of it because we don't know each other. We're not connected at the hip. We're not the same person. So stop. Cody.
What I have to say, you'll see that I'm going to answer your question.
I'm going to be patient and hear what I say, but don't bring me up.
What?
It's not about me,
bro.
Part
of my answer.
No, it's not. Because we're not the same person. If you're asking me
what I see as good and bad.
Cody, are we the same person?
No, but if we share parts of the same belief, then I can address that in my answer.
Your framework about good and bad has nothing to do with me. I want to know what your definition is. Don't bring me up because at that point, you're not answering the question.
I heard you ask that.
Okay,
so I agree. Please be reasonable. At least
go ahead. I'm being reasonable. But don't bring nobody else up. Just what is your framework for good and bad?
This is what I'm saying about being reasonable. If my definition includes part of what you believe, and I state that we share the same belief, and so I'm bringing you up, that's still me answering the question fully. I'm just including the point that we agree on a point.
Then you'll say that you agree with me.
What?
You just say that you agree with me. Then you'll say that you agree with me.
Yes, no.
All right.
How do you frame? I just said. Just now. I just said on some point.
I got you. What is your framework of good and bad? Go ahead.
Okay, my framework of what's good. Well, first of all, I think that good and bad are objective. Okay, that we can come to it from an objective point of view. So whether or not we like, it's not based off of our feelings. And
do you know what objective means?
Or that good and bad. Sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts before I speak, so I don't misspeak.
No, well, hold on. So you brought up objective. I'm wondering, can you define what objective?
I just got my. I promise you, I just figured out what I was going to say. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Now my brain just fell. Good. I'm trying to talk to that. Sorry. Say what you have to say because I just whenever you said that, my brain just dumped it.
Okay. So you said objective. Right, we could be there are objective moral things, right? What I'm wondering if you know what objective actually is.
Okay, so at least as I understand objective, or like as I understand objective is like outside of opinion, not relevant to
right. So
would you say like thoughts or a person's opinions or ideas?
It's not mind dependent, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not mind dependent. If you're basing your morality on God, then it is mind dependent.
Oh, what do you mean? It's mind dependent. Now
is God a mind? Does God have a mind? Is God a being? Does God have a mind?
Okay, that's why I said we're going into semantics and syntax, and then we'll go back and forth about what exactly do you define as a mind, and then we're going into philosophy.
Not really, Cody. We just ask you if does God have a mind.
Okay, if you mean a mind like humans, then no.
Okay, he doesn't have a mind like humans, but he has a mind.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. That's why I said we would have to go into what's a mind, and that's irrelevant. Like, for instance,
does God think?
If you say will, that's different. I can agree with that. I can say God has a will.
So God,
but a mind, there's different definitions of like. There's a disagreement.
Does God have opinions?
Opinions?
Yeah, does God have opinions?
I wouldn't call it opinions.
All right, so what does he have? He won't be thinking about shit. Like I'm very confused here, bro.
Okay, can I just address the actual point? Can we go back to the main point that we're talking about? I feel like we kind of went on side topic. I was just
all right, cool. So
what my definition of good and bad is, right?
All right, cool. So you do you remember mine?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. So what is yours?
Okay. I derive good and bad based off of what is going on in my brain?
Okay, Cody. I get that maybe you're a bit overwhelmed right now, and I can understand that. I get overwhelmed too. I'm planning on trying to do this regularly. Would you mind like collecting your thoughts on morality and maybe coming back? Because we are brushing up against 3 hours, and I'm not wanting to take up Volcy's entire Saturday night.
Yeah, and Cody, I go from Thursday through Saturday, so you can definitely come on by. I even have a call-in number of like a phone number that you can call in. So go ahead and just follow me on YouTube, and you can go ahead and come next time that I'm doing these things. All right. So I don't worry. I know what it's like to kind of be overwhelmed. I used to be in the military.
To be fair, it's not. Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't that I was overwhelmed. Like I said, I have ADHD. So when I'm on a topic and I'm trying to state an idea that's in my head,
I got you. You gotta forget about it. No, I got you. So we're all bursting up about 3 hours. So the question was your framework on morality. If you want to go ahead and take a lap, like take a few minutes and come back at the end, then that's fine too. If G allows it, G, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, go and take a few minutes and come on back. All right.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Nothing is back, but we're gonna move on to Mark. Right.
Yeah, Mark's going to be our last guy unless Cody comes back. Mark, thank you so much for being up here for as long as you have. Are you over 18, and what are your pronouns?
I am over 18, and I don't do the pronoun stuff.
Well, you did the pronouns by saying I don't do the pronouns. What if I said he came up into the live? Would that be correct, or would it be more correct to say
My
she
pronouns are the appropriate for a man.
That doesn't tell me anything. Or would it be they came up into my live, or would it be something else?
They are multiple people. I'm obviously not multiple people, so I can't.
No,
be
there's
a
a singular use of they. Can we just like move past the kindergarten level of shit here and just give me your pronouns?
I won't answer you, and we can move on to the debate or the topic.
No. If you don't answer, I'm dropping you.
Mark,
that's fine.
Give us the pronouns, bro. This
You
is
need
not
a
a big
purity
deal,
test
bro.
to
Why do y'all
talk
do
to
this?
you? No.
Hold on,
I'm not gonna, you know.
Mark, chill out, bro. Just listen to what I'm saying to you. Hold on, just listen to what I'm saying to you real quick. Why do y'all?
I am listening. Why you keep repeating yourself? I was listening.
Oh my God, bro, you just interrupted me. So that means you're not listening. So
go on.
Why do y'all make such a big deal out of? Don't interrupt again.
Why do you make a big deal out of it?
Shut up, be quiet. Shut up real quick. Why do y'all make such a big deal out of this? Just tell us he, him. Just say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Why do you want me to say it? Well,
y'all such bitches, bro. Like for real.
Yeah.
Y'all bitches, bro. Jesus Christ. All right. We're gonna call Mark it from now on. All right. So it is up here. Oh, he left.
No. Well, I dropped him. I'm not. I'm not willing to do that. Dang. Why is everybody deciding to request up now? Did somebody stop going live or something? Yeah, let's see over here. We got nothing back, but I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna block nothing for 4 hours. He is a PDF. I think we're gonna try to do one more for tonight. One more real quick one, and I'm gonna bring up King X Dom. Let's see.
It's up the King.
Hi there, King. King, are you there?
That was an accident. My bad.
Oh, that's okay. All right. We'll go to our next guy, Bob. We'll see if we can get one more person. Oh, he was? Yeah, Bob was removed from the chat and he also can't come up, apparently. All right. Well, here's a round 2 for King of Knives. Hi there, King of Knives.
How's it going,
Welcome
man?
back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
round 2 means he's been here before, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
He was here yesterday. It was rather interesting. King of Knives. You wanted to come back and get cooked again. So what would you like to get cooked on tonight?
Well, I didn't get cooked for starters.
Yeah.
But you just had to move on. We didn't even get to the heart of it, the issue. But
I think
anyway.
the calendar argument and then saying that Israel has been established and is a country for more than 1,000 years.
And that's false?
Yeah, both carrier.
Oh, so what about King David and King Solomon and their empire? And what about the 12 tribes of Israel before that?
None of that matters.
What about them? They existed. They're saying they didn't even exist. This is false.
So? All right, so
All right,
so
is that the best you got?
Right, so King, chill out. Listen. All right, so yeah, King David, King Solomon, according to some archaeological records, yeah, they could have been some real people. Now, the stories in the Bible, are those 100% true? Probably not. They probably got
miracles you can't really prove.
Hold on, King. Let me finish, please. All right, so the stories of them in the Bible, are those actually true? There's no way to actually show that, right? But according to archaeology, yes, there was a David, likely a Solomon, likely an Absalom, and hundreds of other kings afterwards. So what?
That the lineage of the Bible continued through all those men, and their God helped them through the times.
How do you actually prove that the lineage has survived all the way through the Bible? Because there's really no record of that happening. And number 2, how do you actually show that their God existed, or does exist?
We can actually trace back history to around 3000 BC accurately. So to say that something within 1500s to about 500 BC is out of the question is false, because we know the ancient Egyptian kings.
Out of the question, my guy. I didn't say anything is out
No,
of the
no, but
question.
you're saying they likely existed when it actually is a matter of fact.
What I said is what I said. I didn't say they didn't exist. That's not what I said. That means that
you said they're likely to exist. So you're not even for certain.
I didn't say that they're not likely to exist. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I said that they did. I said they did likely exist because we have archaeological records of them. So yeah, they likely
didn't existed. Or did.
That's number one. Hold on, let me finish. So that's number one. Yeah, David more than likely existed. But but your claim is, when I said so what, your answer was that it shows that their God helped them through it and their lineage survived. So my question is, how do we actually show that their lineage survived, because we don't have much record of that? And number two, how do you show that their God existed?
Perfect. If we look at the roots of what Israel became later, they were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then they went into bondage for 400 years, and then Moses freed the slaves in Egypt. Then Joshua led them over, got the promised land back, and that's why a lot of people say, why is your God so horrible, right? Because he commanded a lot of things bad back in the day. Well, you have to understand that those people they're worshiping paganistic stuff, and they're doing sacrifices, like animal and human. So they were doing ungodly things. So to say that God wiped them out for nothing is not accurate. So
while David and Solomon may have existed.
No, but the lineage, that's what the foundation of where David came from.
While David and Solomon may have existed, Moses, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob definitely did not.
Yeah, they never really existed on other paper, but the Bible is a source text. But it says otherwise, because Israel was established. See, that's what you guys can't understand. Israel was established.
Let me actually respond to what you said before. All right, so when it comes to someone like Moses freeing the slaves in Egypt, number one, Moses likely did not exist, according to Jewish scholarship. I'm pretty sure Bible guy knows more about this than I do, but he'll be able to let you know.
That makes no sense. How could Jewish say Moses not exist?
Let me finish. Moses most likely did not exist as a real person, but the one that's in the Bible definitely did not exist. All right, so that version didn't exist because the Hebrews were not slaves in large numbers in Egypt as described in the Bible either. That's not a historical record. So this entire thing, what we see in the Exodus, is a foundation myth. It's a whole foundation myth. Now, was Joshua a real guy? He was probably like a legendary figure, like King Arthur. King Arthur was like 12 people amalgamated into one. Joshua was likely the same thing. Probably like 10, 15 warrior kings or warlords.
King Arthur is
amalgamated into one, and that's Joshua. You know what I mean? That's
King Arthur is a fictional character or a real character?
Arthur's a fictional person. King Arthur's not real.
Okay. I understand that. But Joshua was real. To say he was a bunch of people is inaccurate because you're comparing it to and like someone who didn't even exist. So again, this is the catch. Okay, this is the catch. This is where it all makes sense. How did Israel become a nation?
Do you understand what I said?
Oh, that's easy.
No, I did, because you're not. Yeah, I did understand what you're saying. I do, but I'm asking you, how did Israel become a nation from the roots?
Yeah, they came out of the Canaanites. They were just another group of Canaanites. That's what all the data seems to suggest. When we do comparative analysis of DNA, we see that there's a strong connection between the Jewish people and the Canaanites. They worship the same chief deity.
Okay.
They had this. They use even the language that the Israelites use, Hebrew, is a Canaanite dialect.
Yeah, but when they came out of Egypt, did they not basically wipe out the other nations?
They didn't come out of Egypt.
Yeah, but why do you give the Bible so much flack? Because you said God commanded all these bad things to happen.
Because the data,
when it didn't even exist.
The data seems to support that the Israelites were just another group of highland Canaanites.
But they conquered their land back.
The Exodus story most likely comes about from a long time period of. At one point, the Canaanites were ruled over by the Egyptians in the land of Canaan, and probably most likely than not, the Israelites just had like a cultural memory of that time period, and then over the generations, it just gets mythologized until you get to the elaborate Exodus myth.
I'm talking after Exodus, when the people actually wiped out the people who were there and then established their own land.
The Canaanites made war with each other all the time.
Exactly.
There were lots of different Canaanite tribes, including the Israelites, and they always made war with each other. By the way, the Israelites were also guilty of offering up sacrifices to Yahweh of kids.
Yeah, exactly. Now hold on. So let's get this back on track a little bit, because it's, why is your God so horrible? So how does any of this track to your God being horrible? He commands the Israelites to rape women. He sex traffics children like Epstein did. He murders little babies by having the Israelites stab them in the face. Those are several different ways in which your God is pretty horrible there, King of Knives. Considering that you are the King of Knives, I figured you'd be a bit offended by his use of knives in the faces of babies. So what say you about that?
I already told you, those people were doing the worst of the worst, and they had to, I guess God chose to wipe it as a whole, right? I'm not God. I can't say why he did that or why didn't he do that. But that's what we see. We see in history, there was a tribe of Israel who actually went out and wiped out the people, right? And then established their own land. Just by historicity.
Is it sometimes good to rape women?
Of course not.
Okay.
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. You're just making it up.
I'm not making it up.
The other one is real, but that one's fake.
We're not. Hey, so Knives.
Show me the verse.
Let me give you.
Show me the verse.
Hold on, Knives, chill. Let me give you a scenario.
I'm chill.
Right? And I'm gonna ask. Hold on. Let me give you a scenario, and I'm gonna ask you if I'd rape that woman or not. Let's say the United States and Mexico go to war. I
don't want hypotheticals. Can you show the Bible verse? I don't want hypotheticals.
Let me just finish what I'm saying.
No.
Let me just finish what I'm saying, Knives. Let me just finish what I'm saying. Let's say I go to the United States and Mexico are at war. I'm a soldier for the United States. I go to Mexico City. I see Maria Consuela Rodriguez. I think, that's a really hot Latina with a huge booty. I'm going to bring her home with me. I then kill her parents, bring her to my house. I cut her nails off. I let her cry for a month. And after that, I'll be like, well, you're my wife now, so let's have sex. And I have sex with her. Did I rape that woman?
Technically.
Yeah.
But
you're
describing.
Wait, Deuteronomy 21:14?
You're describing spoils of war. That's what the spoils of war. Everyone did that. Everybody did that back when they did conquering.
I know they all did that, and that was rape, wasn't it?
Yeah, by definition.
Yeah,
well, just by definition.
Yeah, but
that's what
God doesn't exist
commanded before.
Sure, but if God doesn't exist, then it doesn't matter because it's all a story. But if he does exist, then there's something to consider there. Like why it happened?
Yeah, that's
but is he real or not?
That's our point.
Is he horrible?
Wait, I'm a woman here. What the fuck are we considering about this? I want to know. Like, and these weren't even like this wasn't even like women. These are probably like children in actuality. Yeah. Like, what do I have to consider? Like, should I just submit? Like, is that what you're telling me? Like, sometimes
it was
God's
basically an Old Testament story of the Israelites, how they got their land back. That's all it was.
Well,
if you actually read the rest of the Bible,
Old Testament. Hold on, it's an Old Testament story about God commanding something. So it's your God commanding something.
Okay, and he also he also commanded Jesus to come down and help people too.
Right after this, God also says to stone like little kids because they're drunkards. Like that's the story right after this. And these are all God's.
Verse, please.
Yeah, it's Deuteronomy 21. I think it's 15. I think it starts at 15. There may be a story in between that. It's the rebellious children because they're misbehaving, so they're drunkards. Like that is the story right after that. Like
the Deuteronomy 21:15.
I think it might be a little further down. It's in 21. But like this is 21 and then you get into 22, right? And 22, when we start like at like 25 and 28, it's like telling you sometimes rape's okay in another way. So like this is all God, by the way, saying this. Not only this, then we go back to Exodus 20. We can look at verse 17, where women are property. Then we can go back and look at how women are betrothed. And so it's not just like this one verse. This has to do with like all of God's law and how women's consent is valued. How in times of war, women are considered property. Hold on, Dalton, GE, or Volcy, can you bring up the one about how? Oh my God, now I'm having trouble recalling it. How in times of my brain. How in times of is it Samuel? I'm trying to remember. Anyways, that's beside the point. I can use all this and then not bring that up, and it's just fine. Why is
You're talking
it
about
that
1
women
Samuel 15, 1-3?
I think so. But when can you name a single verse where women's consent is ever considered king? Ever once?
Well, there was the law of marriage, right? Holy matrimony. They wanted just one man, one woman to have a family. That was
That's not
tradition.
true at
That's a
all.
tradition.
No,
King David had concubines, but-
adultery does not mean that women. Adultery means that women can't do this action. It was perfectly okay and acceptable for men to take up many wives in the Old Testament.
Yeah, but no, there's no law that says that. It's just one. It says one shall they shall leave their parents, and then the two flesh.
You're talking
one.
about Genesis. Yeah,
Yeah, but
Genesis
that's
has
the
nothing to
baseline.
do. No, it's not.
It is the
Genesis.
baseline.
Yeah, they're talking. They're not talking to humankind. They're talking to Adam and Eve very specifically here in Genesis. When we look further at what's happening, there is no law saying that women are allowed to divorce. There's no law saying that women are allowed to have multiple partners. In fact, there are laws that say that when a man takes up another wife, that he has to treat them equally, right? Like these are this is God.
Wait, what? Say it again.
So hold on. Hold on. I just want to point out here, Deuteronomy 21, 15-20 has, if a man has two wives.
That's the one. Yes, thank you.
What was that about? One man, one wife? I feel like that's just not true.
You're cherry picking one verse
the
out
fact
of the
that
whole
Solomon
Bible.
had 700 concubines.
I understand concubines is concubines, and I get that it's wrong, but that's what they had.
No, it was never wrong.
Yes, it was wrong. It was a standard. Was always one man, one woman. It was taught that from Adam
Name
to
a
Eve.
time where women had multiple husbands and they were
never
righteous
had that.
in the eyes of the Lord.
We never had that.
Name one.
So King of Knives. Do you? Well, yeah. So King of Knives. Do you recall the guy Jacob that God renamed to Israel? He built the entire Israelite nation off of him. Do you know how many wives and concubines he had?
How many?
4. He had kids with all of them. That's where you get the 12 tribes of Israel from. So no, it's never been one man, one woman as far as like that goes. It's always been a plurality of women with one man. Women can't have multiple guys, but a guy can have multiple women.
Sure, and they had that, but there's also some people who only had one wife too. So
what the fuck?
We're up shit creek without. They had it. What's your point? They had.
Allowed to have these thoughts, okay? You're not allowed to have these thoughts because you are eventually going to blaspheme. I'm blaspheming right now. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't help it because the same men that we are putting our fate in, who are telling us that there's a heaven or a hell, even though they've never died before. They've never died before. Mr. Orange say, people are dying who've never died before. Just goofy.
Preface for like a future conversation. I definitely suggest following Volcy here if you want to directly interact with him. And then, on his channels, which I've got linked down below. I don't know where you came from, either my channel or his channels, but definitely follow him there. But yeah, go ahead and read off what you got and we'll kind of superficially interact with it for a minute.
Okay. So I kind of have two different definitions of good and bad. The main one is kind of in line with what he said to some extent, that purpose has to be established to determine morality, right? Like almost like a goal, but a little bit different. And I believe that the thing that has the right to establish purpose is the thing that obviously created the thing. And whatever aligns with that purpose is good, whatever doesn't is bad. So for instance, if I invent an iPhone, right, then I have the right to establish its purpose because I was the one that made it. And then if something goes against the purpose of the iPhone, right, its intricate purposes like purpose to call, to text, whatever, if it's used for other than that, then I say that that's bad. Second definition.
Sorry. Just to interact, at least a little bit superficially, I feel like this sort of brushes up against vestigial limbs. Because the thing with vestigial limbs, if God is the creator of everything and creator of all animals and all life, then the vestigial limbs seem to make no sense under this particular definition, because vestigial limbs are not necessarily unused. They're just used for a different purpose. So like a good example of this would be like in whales. Whales do have a pelvic bone that have rudimentary like bones for legs and everything, because those are remnants from the evolution of a land quadruped to to the marine mammal that it is, right? But they've repurposed that pelvis to do a different thing, like navigate a 15-foot whale penis in the midst of the ocean. And so like they've been able to utilize it for a different purpose than what it was originally intended for. And this is the same thing for all vestigial limbs that exist in nature. I feel like if your definition were to hold in a in a way that holds throughout, then you would have no explanation for vestigial limbs.
Okay, so for vestigial limbs, I don't agree with the origin of them. Like, I understand the logic that you're saying, and it makes sense. It follows. But for instance, whenever you said that they originated from like with a specific purpose and then changed to a different purpose through evolution, right? I disagree with that process. I believe that it had its like purpose for one, and two, I don't believe that the what is it called? The whale itself has the right to establish its purpose.
May I drive this to absurdity? I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, all good. Cody, it's not about the whale deciding its purpose. It's about the fact that what happened with it in evolution is that this is what happened to their environment. So the limb had to be used for something else. That's literally all what happened. It's not that it's just said, oh, well, now that this limb, I'm going to go decide to swim in the water and I'm going to use this limb for something else. That's not what happened.
I don't believe in macroevolution. That's what I'm getting at. I believe in microevolution, but you would have to prove macroevolution and the fact that things did actually have one purpose and change through.
Macroevolution is simply micro on a longer scale. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't accept macroevolution. So regardless
and you don't accept evolution.
No, I accept microevolution, meaning I accept like that.
What's the difference?
Have the ability.
What's the difference?
I was about to say, meaning that we have the ability to adapt to certain stressors on our environment and stuff, right? But I don't believe that adaptation can go so far as to result in us changing species altogether.
Okay.
What
so
define a species?
Realize,
sorry.
No, all good. I was gonna say that you realize that when it comes to what you call microevolution, right? That those adaptations and those random mutations and genetic drift and natural selection, all those things pile on each other to the point where species starts to drift apart. You understand that, right?
Yeah, that's a claim. You'd have to prove that.
Yeah, we've seen it.
You're
happen.
asserting all that, but you have to make an argument for it.
I'm not. What do you mean I have to make an argument for it? This is literally evolution. This is basic evolution.
Yes, I agree that it's evolution, but if you're stating or implying that evolution is true, I'm going to require an argument for that, like for you to show that it is true and not just a theory. Theorizing how something could be.
Hold on, Cody. Listen. You don't argue evolution. You provide evidence. Like evolution, not a philosophy.
No, okay. So I said provide an argument for it, meaning provide evidence with a claim and an explanation.
Yeah,
that's what I mean by
follow genetics, the fossil record. Like, what do you want me to say?
I'm saying provide the evidence and the argumentation that supports
the fossil
evolution
record
being true and not just being a theory.
Yeah, the fossil record.
The fossil record is a thing. How does the fossil record prove evolution?
The fossil record proves evolution because the lower you go down into the earth, the simpler organisms become.
Okay, That's not what evolution is. Evolution isn't that
You
the deeper down
realize-
into Earth you go. I'm
I
saying
know
link
that's
it
not
to
what
evolution.
I know that's not what evolution is, but it's one of the clearer evidences of it. Because if evolution wasn't true, you wouldn't see that.
Okay, so you can say evolution. You can say evolution entails.
Cody, listen. When it comes to scientific theories, they actually predict things. And what evolution predicted is that if we go into the fossil record, we would see animals become, or you see organisms become more and more simple as we go down into the fossil record. That's exactly what happened. So they predicted something that was actually true. And not only that, Darwin actually, his theory was actually vindicated while he was alive, because he even predicted that if his theory was true, you would find a dinosaur creature that's bird-like. That's exactly what we found, Archaeopteryx.
I think I get what you're saying, but I think you kind of mess up the quote a little bit there. Like in Origins of Species, the thing that he says that would disprove if this is what you're talking about, maybe you're talking about something I haven't heard of, but from what I've seen in the Origin of Species, he makes a claim that, the argument against him basically is that, or the fault in his argumentation or whatever, is that we should find, right, in the fossil record, what is it called? Intermediary species, like an astronomical amount of intermediary species, right?
And that's
so,
what we found.
I'm addressing it. But you just said that it was proved in his lifetime with the Archaeopteryx or whatever, the bird creature. It was not in his lifetime, and it was also not his claim. But
no. Why does it have to be found in his lifetime?
Is a snapshot. It doesn't show a process or a process. It shows like the end result. So at the very least, you can just look at different species that are close to each other, and now you're asserting that they came from the same thing.
Right, if we look at their morphology and we look at their genetics, we can. Oh, hold on, go ahead. AMGE, what you saying?
I think we are on a side topic right now.
Hold on.
We got the evolution from like morality.
Well, right, but so listen, we were on there, but that's because you defined something that would totally negate like vestigial limbs existing, and we know vestigial limbs exist, and I get that you deny reality in that kind of way, but I forgot what you said that was wrong at this point.
It was that I didn't with your analogy where you're saying, hey, your definition of it doesn't make sense. It's contradictory because in examples like a whale with a vestigial organ of like the pelvis bone, right? That and then you asserted that from evolution, its purpose changed from being one thing, which is walking, to being being able to reproduce properly and all that stuff. Even if I grant that, the point is, it still has a purpose. So anything, even if that purpose changes, I never said the purpose can't change. I'm just still amending the argument, not that I agree with it. But even if the purpose changes, it still has a purpose. So if anything, what's good at one purpose can change when right.
But you said that if basically I feel like your morality argument was, well, God made us so he can dictate. He has the ability to dictate what our purpose is, and if we do anything that's not part of our purpose, then that's bad. Was that your argument?
Close. So very, very, very close. Close is maybe the wrong word to say, but it's more so when you make something, you have a purpose in mind when you create it, right? And so if there is a creator, then there's objective morality, or at least in my view, there's objective morality because we have a purpose. We have an innate purpose from being with the will.
So I totally we do need
that purpose
so Cody
is bad.
Cody, right? So I totally disagree with this because there's several different examples that we could bring up where something was created by somebody for a specific purpose, but then it found, that it actually did something that beneficial or better, and it was more productive in that kind of way. So like the one thing that I'm thinking of is I don't know if you remember Xbox having that little camera thing that the Xbox One initially had it. Well, so that was initially used for like gaming, and it was like a cool gaming thing that detected motion and everything like that. But then they actually found that it was very useful for like doctors, that they would scrub up and go into surgeries and whatnot, but they could use that. I forget what that camera thing's called, but they could use that motion. the Connect. Yeah, they could use the Connect in order to not have to re-scrub up or get in, contaminate their gloves or whatnot, and they could just use their hands to like manipulate slides and manipulate medical data before going into the surgery. So that really helped out in that kind of way. And there's several other different technological things where they were developed in one kind of way and then found use in another way.
Well, okay, you're doing the same thing in that you're restating the purpose.
Hold on. Volcy wanted to add something.
This is my issue, right? Because you're comparing human beings to like inanimate objects. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. If I create an iPhone, I can say the purpose of the iPhone is to make calls and to do media stuff like watch videos and go on the internet. I can say that, but an iPhone is not sentient. It's not conscious. It doesn't have its own will. Like I'm an agent that's conscious and I have my own will, I have my own experience. So saying that, me going against God's purpose or whatever, you would have to, number one, show that a God exists first. And number two, show why I need to follow the purpose of that thing and why I can't make my own decisions.
Okay, so you kind of implied a bunch of things that I never said. Like I didn't say that you can't make your own decisions. I believe that we are able to. And for the argument of why is your God horrible, it kind of implies that there's a God that I believe in that's horrible. So I don't think that's relevant to prove my existence of God to you in this context. If you're saying that my God is horrible, right, and you don't believe in God, so it's like an internal critique. It's not something that I have to prove to someone on the outside.
It's an internal critique. I think Voldemort is horrible, but Voldemort doesn't exist either. We can still criticize things that we don't think are real.
Okay, I know. I agree with you. I'm saying it's an internal critique. So I don't have an onus to prove my view in this argument. If you were saying there is no God, then yes, I would have an onus to prove that there is a God. But the claim or the question that implies the claim is, why is your God so horrible?
Okay,
so God,
Cody,
and I know you're an atheist.
Cody,
right. Okay,
sorry, Volcy. We do need to wrap. I'm going to let Volcy ask his question right after me. But as far as like the why is your God so horrible, what we've done is from an outside perspective, we've looked at the claims of the Abrahamic God, and we found the claims to violate basic morality, and so that's what makes the character of God, the Abrahamic character, horrible, right? So it's just a very basic level of human morality and all of that, things that even both of us can probably agree on, that are horrible, seems to not be horrible as long as God does it, right? And so that's what we were wanting to interact on tonight. But I'm going to let Volcy go, and then this really does have to be the last thing that we do. Okay?
Yeah. We got to go ahead and I think we just go ahead and move on from this now. So your definition of good and bad is basically, whatever purpose God has for us. Is that what you're going with?
Its purpose is needed to define or to establish what's good and bad. So what's good is what aligns with the purpose, or what aligns with the purpose. What's bad is what doesn't align with the purpose.
Okay, so when it comes to that, right? How do we know what our purpose is, and what objective? How do we know what the purpose is, and why do we have to follow it?
Well, subjectively, you don't have to follow it. That's the idea of free will.
Okay, so I don't know what the purpose even is.
Well, that like in general as humanity.
Yeah, what do we know what the purpose even is?
Well, if there is no God, then I would say there is no purpose, i.e., there's no objective morality, but rather it's subjective.
No, we're asking
we
you.
Don't know. Okay, so
we're asking you. How do you know what our purpose is? That's what we're asking you.
Because I believe in a creator who revealed its purpose or revealed our purpose.
Yeah, we understand that. We're asking what it is.
What our purpose is? At least how do I know?
Yeah, what is and how do you know? That was my two questions.
Okay, what our purpose is, according to my worldview, is that like in the Quran, it says, "We did not create you except to worship me," right? So it's to worship God. You can worship in different ways, right? And to test as a test, right? So God created us as a test to see which of us is best in what we do, to see sincerity.
All right, so our purpose is our purpose is to worship God for putting us in the Beast games or something like that. Like, is that what, like our purpose is to worship God because He put us in the Sims? Is that what's going on?
No, it doesn't say why. It's not. I didn't say we should worship God because of this. I'm saying that was the purpose for our creation.
Okay, the purpose of our creation is to worship Him. So your God is a narcissist.
Do you know what I mean by worship?
Yeah, I know what worship means.
No, I mean the Islamic paradigm of worship, not like just the.
What is the Islamic paradigm? No, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Okay, so I think once I say it, you'll realize. But worshiping can be in different ways. It's not just like sitting there and be like, okay, hey, you're great, and praising, right? It also has to do with, for instance, as Muslims, like obeying, right? That's a form of worship, like ultimate
Obeying
authority,
what?
giving ultimate authority to something or ultimate respect to something. That's a form of worship, right?
Okay,
So for instance, I think you get it. Basically, when we obey, that's a form of worshiping too. It's not just veneration.
Obey what?
Obey what the thing that created us with this purpose told us to do. And we are given the option, the ability to disobey because this life is a test. So it's to see if we'll actually go through with it or not.
Let me. So Cody, you're right. Yeah, he's a narcissist. So Cody, if Muhammad said no, I won't marry Aisha. She's fucking 6 years old, and then also no, I won't consummate the marriage at 9. Would that have been a good thing or a bad thing under your paradigm?
Yeah, if Aisha said it, then it would not have happened, because if she said like, "Hey, I don't want to do this," in Islam, you can't like rape somebody. You can't forcibly like have intercourse with them if they don't want to.
All child.
So if she said that, yes, that would be-
It's always grape with a 9-year-old child.
Okay, in your question, the direct answer is yes. It would be bad if he had intercourse with her and she's saying she didn't want to.
No. That's not what I asked. If Muhammad said no, I won't grape a 9-year-old child, would that be bad under your paradigm?
No. If he said I won't do it, no, that wouldn't be bad. What?
Right. So but that would be disobeying God, would it?
Did you say if he said he would not grape a 9-year-old, then would that be good or bad?
If God told Muhammad to grape a 9-year-old child and he disobeyed God, would that be bad?
I think this is like a non-question because you're talking about an impossibility.
It's not an impossibility.
It is, because out of his nature. Okay, then
So
we disagree.
was Muhammad?
Did God tell Muhammad to marry Aisha then, or
To marry,
Muhammad did that
yes.
on his own?
To marry, but not to grape. He didn't tell him to grape her.
All right. So
Can
it's
you
always
marry
grape with
children?
Okay, if you're talking about the contract, then yes. If you're talking about like the actual consummation and stuff, then no.
Okay.
Meaning
So,
you
Cody,
can plan for two people.
Cody,
You can plan for two people to get married in the
hold
future,
on,
even
Cody,
when they're
listen,
younger.
Cody, listen. What we're saying is that when it comes to children, when it comes to 9-year-olds, consummating a marriage with them is always great. It's always great. So when
I agree.
Okay, got you. So Muhammad then raped Aisha then?
No, because you just said with a child. You used the definition of child.
Yeah,
and
a 9-year-old is a child.
Okay.
So
That's
Muhammad
where.
raped Aisha.
Okay,
So
and every.
did God command Muhammad to marry and consummate with Aisha?
Okay, you're kind of jumping from one thing to another without giving me a chance to respond. No, you just made the first claim. Whenever I tried to respond, you switched it into a question, so that way you would skip over it and I wouldn't have the chance to respond.
We already agree.
I'll
We already agree. So we already agree. So but what I'm saying. So the question is that
we didn't agree.
I actually don't know. You don't agree that a 9-year-old is a child?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, you trying to figure out
why are you trying to figure this shit out? This is not something you figure out.
Because I can tell you how. Because look,
don't tell me how.
Every single society has a different definition. The other woman who said that she basically said that a 20-year-old is a child. That doesn't make sense. I don't agree with that.
No. A 9-year-old is a child. We're not arguing back and forth about that.
Okay, so what's your definition of a child? So that way I can either see
a 9-year-old.
I can either see your logic and agree with it, or I can
disagree.
disagree.
Definition. A 9-year-old is my definition.
What does that mean? A 9-year-old is your definition. Like,
a 9-year-old
what is your criteria? Like, when is somebody a child?
A 9-year-old is a child.
Okay, when is somebody a child? What
when they're 9 years old?
Changes them from being a child to
keep saying
adulthood?
this.
I'm sorry. I muted him. Cody, Ashland, you're up here. I'm gonna allow you to give your 2 cents, and then we do need to go.
Yeah. So when we look at children and we're talking about something like, is this, we're not talking about like the Quran says, we're not talking about sexual development, because we obeyed by that, we would be talking about post-pubescence, right? Because that is what the Quran says. We're talking about risk assessment. We're talking about ability of discernment. We're talking about brain development. If you cannot understand that, you are a pedophile. I'm so sorry. You are. Because if you are questioning whether you can look at someone and not determine whether they are a child and not have any sort of discernment, I fear for you, because this is disgusting on so many fucking levels that I view. I am a 32-year-old woman. I don't look at a 20-year-old and go, is that an adult? I go, no, I understand that we are in different life and developmental stages, and that it is inappropriate for me to engage. I'm sorry, I'm fucking fuming, in a relationship that is in a way sex adjacent even, that is grooming. And if you honestly do not understand that, and you follow this book, then I am already under the intuition that I should not follow this book. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm sorry.
No, thank you, Ashland.
I'm good, Ashland.
Yep. Sorry, I dropped Cody. Cody, I hope that you'll come back and have more arguments. Maybe.
You hope he comes back?
No, actually, I don't. I really don't. I'm just trying to be cordial there.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry.
No, drop him.
No. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. We gotta get out of here anyway.
I blocked him. Yeah, we do. So sorry for keeping you so long there, Volcy. Thank you so much, Ashland, for coming up. Yeah. So everybody, I hope that you'll follow Volcy. I don't know if you've got any super chats to address. I do have a couple just to get right out here. So we've got $10 from Where is Waldo. It says, if you would like to actually hear anyone other than a creationist explain what evolution is so you can actually understand it, watch Guts at Gibbons series teaching you the concept of Will Duffy. I agree. That would be awesome. That's an awesome series right there. Dan O'Connell said, thanks for the stream. Have a great night. Thank you there, Dan. I know you left a while ago, so thank you so much for doing that. Collapsitalism says, I was calling nothing slime. We had 2 slime people come up today. I didn't know someone was named Slime. Ha! Yeah, totally. Thank you so much there, Collapsism. Volcy, do you got anything to say? I don't know if you got any super chats to read or anything like that before we head out.
I'm good. Everybody cleared out, but for GE Godlist and KC, I really appreciate y'all. I've been trying to, sounds a little vain, but kind of get my name up there. Yeah. So you've been someone that I've been following for a while, and I'm definitely proud to be here, and I definitely appreciate you allowing me this opportunity to be on your platform and to, spread myself. Pause for me to go ahead and be out here and be on your stage. Definitely appreciate it. Can't wait for the Rocket City Reason. I know I can meet a ton of great people. Forrest is someone that I've been wanting to meet for a while, so definitely excited to meet him. And I just really appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much, Ashland. On Dalton's channel, yeah. DM me, please, Ashland. Let me know what that channel is, and I'll definitely follow. I'm probably already following it and don't even realize. But
oh yeah, Dalton's the Bible guy.
The Bible guy, yeah. I'm already following it. I definitely want to be on there as well. So Bible guy, I'm definitely going to we'll go ahead and link up and talk about that. But yeah, just massive amounts of appreciation. If anyone wants to follow me, please follow. I would love for it to Oh, my links. They always put an I. Y'all, the third letter is an L, not an I. it's so funny. That third letter is an L, not an I, y'all.
Yeah.
We got a new person?
Huh?
Did we get a new person?
Oh, no. So sorry, Tyler. We're ending out right now. So I got to drop you, but I hope that you'll request up again next time. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. I got to keep this open right now. So sorry about that, Tyler. But yeah, so Volcy's links are in the description. I have Volcy's YouTube on over there, and then on YouTube. Sorry, Volcy's YouTube channel is linked in the description here. We've got Volcy's account right there in the bottom thing. So if you want to go and follow Volcy, just click on his icon right there, and you can follow him over there on TikTok. But yeah. So Volcy, thank you so much. I'm so sorry I kept you so late. It's been awesome. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and end it. Let's see. I don't know who's live right now. I totally forgot to do the whole sending people over to lives, but wherever you go tonight, huh? Leaving Faith is on. Yeah. Robot Go. Be Easy. Be Easy is a great one to watch. Jay Gilmore's live. Amadeus is live. Well, there's a lot of great people. Wherever you go, just tell them that John Cohen, I believe is his name, is live. He's been John Cohen. He's been a major hitter here lately too. So definitely go wherever you go to tonight. Let them know that GE's raiding them, and let them know Volcy's raiding. Do a Volcy raid. I'd rather you do a Volcy raid than a GE raid. But in any case, we're gonna go on ahead, get on out of here, and we'll see you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up, use your voice, and visit RocketCityReason.com. Get your tickets for Rocket City Reason later on this year.
Definitely. Peace out, guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank
Do it.
you.